Hi, this is Michael Haupt of EnoughZA, and I wanted to just record a quick video to give some background and context as to what you're going to read on the EnoughZA website. There are a number of significant things that happened in my life, and they all seem to happen on a year that ended in 4. So let me run through them quickly. 1984, that was the year that I matriculated here in South Africa at Greenside High. That's not necessarily the significant moment. What happened for that year and the year prior to that is I ended up being very angry with the world and not having the emotional maturity to be able to express what was wrong with it. I just sensed there was something wrong with the world, but I couldn't quite explain it. And so I went through a period of 2 years of complete silence at home. I didn't speak to my family, my parents. Obviously, they were incredibly concerned, sent me off for counseling and all kinds of assistance, and we never got to the bottom of it. But I think that was the start of my journey, is just feeling deep inside me this sense of unease with the world itself, even though I couldn't describe it at that time. In 1994, I was involved with the launch of GSM in South Africa. That was my big break. My background is in technology, and that was the moment that really cemented it for me. We were implementing GSM systems here in South Africa. The projects went very well. I was headhunted, moved to Sydney, Australia, and then from there ended up living in 16 cities on 6 continents. So I got huge international exposure as a result of that project that I was involved with there. Lots of experience in multidisciplinary, multi-team project implementation. So these were tens of millions of dollars worth of technology projects that were implemented. Fast forward then to 2004, I just finished my last assignment in Taipei, Taiwan, and my then girlfriend and I, we'd been given a huge payout because the project finished under budget and early. And so we decided to go and visit Thailand. And we went as backpackers, not really knowing what to expect. And it was while on that trip that I had my first out-of-body experience on a beach in Thailand. Completely unexpected. I certainly wasn't going on any kind of spiritual journey or quest. There were no substances involved. And naturally, being a technologist and a pragmatist, the entire experience rattled me completely, and I ended up taking a 2-year sabbatical, continuing to travel through Malaysia and Thailand, exploring the world of consciousness, diving deep down a rabbit hole of a world I didn't even know existed. And as a result of that experience and the 2-year sabbatical, I've now enjoy a rich spiritual life because of that experience. The second thing that happened in the out-of-body experience is I was given a crystal clear vision of some kind of future society. Now this was way back in 2004, it was way before Bitcoin, and so many of the things that I saw in that vision, there was no possibility of making it happen. So I obviously had no idea what to do with the vision. Instead, I spent 3 days without sleep writing down longhand everything that I could remember from the vision. And then at the end of every year thereafter, I would just page through that diary to remind myself of the vision, but still not knowing what to do about it. Then when Bitcoin came along, that was a penny dropping moment, saying, okay, maybe there's a way of achieving that kind of world that I saw in the vision. Became very interested in blockchain and researched lots of things around that. Anyway, there's more about that detail on the site. Then fast forward another 10 years to 2014. That was when my only daughter was born. Now, for context, I've been through 2 marriages, didn't have any children in those marriages because my worldview, rightly or wrongly, is that the world is a messed up place. And if that is true, why would you want to bring a young defenseless child into the world? It was shortly after my second marriage broke down. I had a fling that resulted in her birth, and I'm now a solo dad to her, and she has been the reason for me completely refocusing my life. She turns 21 years old in 2035, and so I've written online a series of postcards called Postcards from 2035, which is my daughter writing back to us as a 21-year-old woman, describing her world. And it's that perfect, the kind of vision that I was given on the beach in Thailand, but explained in layman's terms. So she's the motivation for everything that I do, and it is that world. What's the best 21st birthday gift that a dad could give a daughter? And it would, to me, be this ideal civilization. So the last 10 years of my life have been, even 12 years, have been focused on grassroots movements, working on systemic changes. The problem with those projects is that they are theoretical, idealistic, many times naive, And so to an extent I've burnt myself out, but at the same time I've learned incredible lessons in that 12-year period. And it's so what you're going to read on the EnoughZA website is a culmination of all of those lessons learned and crystallized into a way forward that I think is very real, very meaningful, and most importantly quite doable. So there's some context. I hope that helps. It's good to meet you, and I hope we meet you through some engagement and interaction on the website. Thanks for hearing me out. Go well. Bye-bye.